For the last 3 years, there has been this giant crater at Horton Plaza. Recently, construction crews started working on the project that was supposed to be done in 2013. Well, today I got a first-hand look at the plaza being built as a world-class park and what's behind the delay. The budget for this 55,000 square foot park, $14.5 million. The project was approved in January of 2011, but the following year, Center City Development Corporation, the redevelopment agency in charge of the project, was dissolved by the state and stripped of its funding. City leaders merged similar agencies, creating just one. The city owns the property, but Westfield will manage the park for the next 25 years and is required to hold a minimum of 200 events every year.
5 years of construction delays and frustration, all coming to an end today.
Yeah, the long-awaited Horton Plaza finally back open.
It's been a long time. It's been awful. Oh gosh, the construction is like a 4-year project waiting to happen.
We were all just amazed that a public project could take that long.
Just totally frustrated.
All our guests out here haven't had anything to look at.
A lot of tourists.
I have no visibility as you came down Broadway.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to be like today.
I'm optimistic that the future's going to be bright.
It might be a little busy, so it might have me on my toes.
It's good news for everyone on the block.
It's an economic generator as well as a fun generator.
It's not every day that we celebrate the opening of an urban park, one that is the size of an entire city block, on property that used to be a department store.
This park exceeds expectations, and for all of us to be here today, this is a piece of San Diego history. It's been a long time and a long way, of course, since Alonzo Horton originally developed this area in the late 19th century. And this day has been a long day in the making.
The message is very clear. Downtown is where it's at, and we are building the future of San Diego where it started many years ago, thanks to Mr. Horton.
Some discussions with Westfield about what could we do with that old downtrodden building that was there, and said, how do we open this up and make this a place for San Diegans, a place for people to come gather, a place for people to enjoy the sunshine for the afternoon, the evenings, and that's what this has been all about from the very beginning. And how do we create an urban open space that not only serves the needs of our downtown residents, but can be a gathering place and a focal spot for San Diegans all across the city. This is a day of celebration. This is a day to be proud of, and we couldn't have done it without all your help and support and all of your vision. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's open this great park.
And a brutal attack downtown. A man beaten unconscious and robbed at a popular mall. 10 News reporter Matt Boone is live near Horton Plaza, where some are worried that the crime could hurt business down there.
Yeah, Vanessa, right ahead of that holiday shopping season. The attack tonight, though, still lingering. Some customers and employees I spoke to on edge. Some employees I spoke to off camera worrying that crime in the area could be hurting their business and scaring customers away. As for that victim, police say he suffered some facial fractures, but he's expected to recover. All 5 of those suspects fled the scene and have not been arrested yet. We reached out to Westfield, which owns the mall here where it happened, but they requested that all of our comments be directed towards San Diego police.
A random encounter outside a nightclub. Shots fired, 1 dead, 1 injured, and 1 in jail. It happened outside the Madhouse Comedy Club on the top level of Horton Plaza Saturday night, just before midnight. The 2 victims were walking back to the club when they came upon a man with a gun. That man had just gotten into an argument with a woman there and had walked off with a purse. For some reason, he pulled a pistol and fired multiple rounds, killing a career Navy flyer assigned to headquarters at Naval Special Warfare Command in Coronado. His cousin was rushed to a hospital for treatment of a bullet wound to the leg.
He was highly skilled and served for 2 decades.
Just north of the comedy club, on the 7th floor. I need medics to come in at 24-hour fitness. I have 2 black males, one wearing a red shirt, another wearing a gray outfit, 20 to 30 years old. Weapon is going to be a gray handgun.
They were last seen leaving by my witness here out of the parking structure on the onion level.
Safety concerns in the heart of downtown San Diego. 2 arsons in 2 months are frightening people who work and shop at Horton Plaza.
That business was a crepe stand and it used to sit right there. Now crews are back out here washing the pavement. You can see where the fire blackened that railing, and some of the people who try to make a living down here say they just don't feel safe.
I mean, it's dropped about 50%. People are afraid to come here.
The city and Westfield have been working together. Recently, the city provided more money to add more security around Horton Plaza. We asked a spokesman with Westfield if they'll be increasing that security over the holiday season, but he did not respond.
the woman who ran into Horton Plaza with a gun, sending shoppers scrambling to safety, is dead. She fatally shot herself outside the Gap store.
Steve, Kimberly, this happened at noon. This entire area packed with shoppers. It went down right up those stairs that you see there on the 3rd floor here. All of the shoppers in these stores that you see here, including that Jimbo's, were told to get down. There was an active shooter in the mall. It was sheer panic for shoppers at Horton Plaza.
I felt sorry for the mothers that had children because they were frightened, and it was like, oh my God, this can't be happening.
They had no idea what was happening 3 stories above them in front of the Gap. They heard only one shot. It started when an officer tried to pull over a woman at Broadway and 4th in this SUV. A call came in, she was threatening suicide.
Also, she has a possible 9mm in her right hand.
She bailed from her Range Rover here at the Westfield Horton Plaza Mall parking garage. When plainclothes detectives found her by the Gap,
Put it down! Put it down!
she pulled out a gun and after a brief standoff, shot herself.
Shots fired.
Shoppers watched in horror as paramedics performed CPR, hearts still racing. Police never discharged their weapon here, and tonight you can see they do have extra security on hand here at Horton Plaza.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thief taking off with a Rolex from a jewelry store. This is in Horton Plaza, and this is just the latest in a string of crimes to be reported at that mall.
The store's owner says they're fed up and they're planning to move out.
Bert Levi Family Jewelers was targeted by this man, caught on surveillance video, who said he wanted to look at a Rolex watch as a gift for his dad.
I showed him, he just waited a little bit in his hand, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's gone.
She said she chased after him.
There was no security. There's no security by Jimbo. There's no security by 24-Hour Fitness, which by this street. There's nobody here.
The thief got away with a $6,800 Rolex Submariner, the latest in a string of crimes at Horton Plaza. She's angry and frightened.
I couldn't sleep last night. I was so worried. I'm so worried that it's gone so down, this mall. It's so, nobody comes here.
End of the line here for a store that's been a fixture at Horton Plaza for decades.
The message is very clear. Downtown is where it's at, and we are building the future of San Diego where it started many years ago, thanks to Mr. Horton.